good here with a huge win. Rival Oklahoma 77-3. We finally played a complete game. Started out fast. Played, scored 14 in the second and third, 21 in the fourth. Just the first complete game I've put together with this Texas team. We threw it. Let's see. Threw it for 597, and I can't say how much we won, but I have to play another game. So, up and running, great step forward, and what our team's trying to do. Just got to keep getting better. OSU comes in here, a very talented team, so I hope to continue to have that success here, playing a complete game and not turning the ball over and making the quick reads and getting the ball out of our hands. So it should be a fun one. Go home.
Texas and Darrell K. Royal Stadium, home of the Texas Longhorns. As we'll see a playoff team from last year, LSU Tigers, taking on last season's national champions, the Texas Longhorns. NBA Sports College Football Chris Fowler, joined as always by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, let's get right to the action. Well, he thought about coming out, but instead takes a knee and will bring the football to the 25-yard line. They start the drive with a good throw to the right side. And a nice first down game there. They get him down, but very close to the first down marker. Both these teams show as they're eager to prove a point. Really, on mid-season, they both earned their spot in the rankings. We expect tight competitive battle today.
That's the beauty of these top 25 matchups in the middle of the year. A little bit of a better handle on who these teams are. I love the fact that we get these two teams on the field, make a better team win, and hopefully it's a close one all the way to the end. I'm a big fan of the RPO, but it is a dangerous play for the quarterback. You've got to make the right decision. On this play, it just seemed like he was a little hesitant, unsure, and it cost him here with an incompletion.
Listen to the crowd energy here in the early going. This is a tough environment for visitors. Looks like LSU has the first down.
And you just continue to see the chemistry between these two. And they told us yesterday in our production meeting, they spent hours and hours of working and developing that chemistry and that rhythm by throwing together throughout those summer months. And man, it's starting to really pay off. He's become his security blanket for the quarterback, and especially on third down, get him the ball.
Tackle is made. It's a short gain, well short of the marker.
Just a good job of spreading the wealth, making sure everybody's getting their touches. When you do that, the defense can't lock in on one guy or two guys. Make them have to be aware of everybody. It allows you to continue to spread the ball around and spread the field, making it tougher for this defense.
Now from the 40, the offense faces a third and long to keep this drive going.
this return is about to get an earful, but at least the coach isn't as mad as they would have been if they ended up losing the ball.
Oh, that's a good time right there. That's good.
Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. Brought down, but broke the tackle. This is a solid game there. Longhorns will hustle to the line to run the hurry-up offense.
That's a really good run by this offense. And, Chris, here they go. Up-tempo offense looking for a first down.
They'll look to throw it here on second down. He finds the running back in the flat. The Longhorns pick up enough yardage to get a first down.
It's so valuable to have a back like this who can take a check down and turn it into a first down. That level of playmaking is such an asset to a team in today's game.
Big guys up front lined up. It's first down. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside give.
Hat on a hat up front. Good job of opening up the holes. Anytime you can get positive yards on first down, that's a win.
Second down, we're going to throw it. That's the running back who makes the catch across the middle. Good enough for the first down. They're 8-7. Longhorns are moving quickly down the field. On first and 10, we're going to throw. Quick completion to the tight end. Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play.
And there's the tight end who shows off his hands.
That completion makes it second and medium. On the shotgun, it's off. The junior able to bring him down quickly.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage, not give up big run plays.
Quarterback gets down to avoid the tackle.
Man, when your quarterback can run the football like this, it puts so much pressure on the defense. The defense coordinator spent all week preparing his unit to be able to stop this offense. But when this quarterback's able to pull it down and pick up yards like that, it's an extra headache for the defense to have to deal with.
Longhorns have first and 10 here. He drops back in the gun. And a quick route. Tackled quickly after the catch. He'll be short of the marker. Pass caught. Second down. They'll change the pre-snap look now. Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. Taking a shot deep toward the end zone. Had to go very deep there. Good effort. Now it's third down.
That ball just seemed to sail on him. You got to make sure to give your receiver a chance to be able to come down with a catch and bounce, because in today's game, man, these receivers make catches like this all the time. And if you put the ball out of bounds, you're not going to give them that opportunity.
And the defense smothers him for no gain.
Well, it seemed like the offense was trying to throw some kind of misdirection with that run there. But give credit to the defense. They were prepared for anything, and they swallowed that running back up. Nice defensive stand.
So here on fourth down, out comes the field goal team. This will be an attempt from 52 yards. Let's see if he's got the distance. Makes it look easy. Breaks the score is tied here. Makes it 3-0.
Well, this guy has such a strong leg. No problem up into the net from 50 plus.
He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. Tackled at the 14. Not very good field position to start here. Looks like a man is down in the field after the last play, so we'll take a timeout. Here's the first play of the drive now. They're backed up at their own 14. No running. And it off to the running back.
Hey, it's a great job of the this defense containing the running game. If I'm calling the plays, I'm not abandoning the running game just yet. I think it's important to have some sense of balance. So throwing and running is essential. Stick with it.
And set. Here's second down. Looking to throw here. Receiver makes the catch. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion.
Well, you can tell the quarterback knew exactly what he wanted to do with the football. He was going to that end route no matter what. He hits it for a nice game.
And a throw forward on third and short. Looks to his right and finds his man. They make the stop just short of the marker. It's going to be 4th down and inches to go.
Well, they're going to come up short of the sticks here. We got a tough decision at this point in the football game for the head coach. What will they do now on 4th down?
On their own side of the 50, they're going to go for it here on 4th and inches. He's looking to throw. And it's incomplete on 4th down. The offense will now take over in West territory.
Well, this is exactly what can happen when you're overly aggressive and things go bad. I get it when it's late in the game and you're trying to climb back into it. But to have a turnover on downs now, man, this one can hurt you.
Okay, the Texas offense comes back out on the field. Looking to throw it on 1st down. Finds his target. A solid 8-yard gain. Brings up a 2nd and 2.
This is an example of a quarterback in his offense just taking what the defense gives you. Not a huge play, but positive yards. The defense wants to give that short to you. Take it, get the ball to the receiver, stay ahead of the sticks.
Defense makes the tackle with the clock running. That'll probably be the final play of this first quarter. It's made over the middle. Defense makes the tackle here on the final play of the first quarter. So Texas has the lead, Kirk, as we break here for the quarter. And at the end of the first quarter, let's check out the stats so far. They've flipped ends of the field. We're ready now for the second period. Crucial play here to begin the quarter as the offense sets up 1st and goal. From the shotgun, drops back, looking for an open man. Pass back, can he get in? Will score. Touchdown, Ron Williams. We have a short view of the offense and exactly what they're supposed to do. They would have been a big ask for the defense there.
Absolutely, but when you're given that kind of field position, anything less than a touchdown would be a disappointment. They did exactly what they needed to do by capitalizing on that short field.
And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. And he gets it out to the 28, tackled right there. And that Miami Bengals offense is back out on the field. Remember last time they were on 4th down and got stopped, and the opponent went right down the field. See if they can recover from that here. Heads out of bounds and a short gain on the play. Offense moving to a bunch formation. Let's throw with the quarterback up the RPO. He rolls out of bounds. That's a big gainer there.
This quarterback has a lot of different options, but I don't mind him getting this wide receiver involved so early in the game. Let him build up his confidence. He could have a monster day for it.
The offense finally producing here. Sets up a 1st and 10. They're going to run it here. The defense all over it. They stop him right at the line.
Chris, that play just didn't have much of a chance at all from the snap. Quarterback hands this off and just nowhere to go. It's almost like the defense was anticipating the play call, and they put themselves in a position to come up with a nice tackle for a loss.
It's made on the left side, and he'll make his way out of bounds after gaining decent yardage.
Love the timing here between the quarterback and his receiver. Pick up some positive yards. I continue to be impressed with just the chemistry between these two.
4 and short. They'll try to throw for it here. Short pass finds the tight end. And they get the conversion there. First down now from the 33.
Well, starting short like this and the offense comes out in a shotgun, still needing that option for a run. I think it throws the defense enough for the quarterback to make a quick read. The result is a first down and a big gain.
That's a stop behind the line of scrimmage. They've got him for a 3-yard loss.
That's how you defend the option. Take the quarterback away and then use your speed to bring the pitch back down.
Running play goes backwards. Now the offense is set up at 2nd and 13. Thrown quickly, caught in the right flat. And the defense swarms. Not much of a gain on that completion.
How about this defense? That is called team pursuit. Swarming to this wide receiver on the screen, not allowing him to get his momentum upfield.
Drops back, needing a 3rd down completion here.
Sure.
And it's intercepted. He's stepping for that goal. He goes down to 1, snags the ball, and gets this defense a takeaway.
Well, the quarterback ends up being a tad aggressive and ends up paying for it with a pick. I get that that might be part of his playing style, but there's a difference between being aggressive and being careless.
The pickup is 7 yards, now 2nd and 3. The Longhorns come up to the line to crank the tempo up here. Quarterback looking to pass here on 2nd down. He's wide open. Tackle is made, but it's good for a first down of the 47.
There's a big play here by this receiver for a big gain for Texas. And you think back over the years with Texas going back decades, I always think about running backs and, of course, quarterbacks. But there have been some receivers, Roy Williams and Devin Duvernay, guys like that. There have been others, but man, plays like this is what you love to see. It's kind of creating that new legacy for Texas of having elite receivers.
Second down after the incompletion. Looking for a man. Makes the grab and cover room to run. They make the stop, and it's a big play with a 31.
Yeah, you know this defense is going to be frustrated after giving up multiple conversions now on first downs. There's another one. But for the offense, man, they're just playing very efficiently right now.
Longhorns are moving quickly down the field. Quarterback adjusting now to the defense. Makes the grab. It's Garcia. We get him down quickly. Not much of a gain on that completion.
Boy, it's one of the things I love about this running back. It's not just this defense trying to defend him running the football. As you can see here early in this game, trying to get him involved in the passing game. Great call.
Going to try to run inside, but nowhere to go.
My gosh, this offensive line's got to do a better job of blocking. The defense was zeroed in on the ball carrier. Absolutely nowhere to go for the offense.
3rd down play now, trying to keep this impressive drive going. And it's caught. And they convert on 3rd. Football at the 20 now. First down in the red zone.
Chris, sometimes the quarterback's just trying to find the open guy and get him the ball. It's exactly what he's able to do here. Found a way to pick up the first down.
Longhorns lining up here on 1st and 10. Snapping it from the red zone now. Looking to throw. Finds a receiver in the middle of the field. They bring him down, but the freshman showing off the arm strength. It's a new set of downs, and it's 1st and goal for the offense. And he'll set up to throw. Caught near the goal line. And he's in. Touchdown, Texas.
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath, just like this. When he catches the football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for the 6 points.
Kickoff team out there. They are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. He stopped at the 20, trying to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. So the first play of the drive coming up here. Under 3 minutes to play before half. And looking to throw now on first down. Catch made on the right side. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain.
That's a big first down for this offense, and it's not been a great day so far, but maybe this play can get them going. And keep this in mind, Chris, because they started the game with the possession, they will not get to start the second half on offense, so they need points right here.
First down here for this offense. And now the handoff. Picks up 2, so it's 2nd and 8.
Defense does a really nice job here of being able to contain that run game, held him just for 2 yards. Chris, to me, this changes the playbook a little bit now for the offense. Got to call the plays at 2nd and 8. That's a different deal. Now he's got to probably thinking about going through the air instead of staying on the ground.
Looking to pass here on 2nd down. Looking deep to the right side. A drive downfield shot. That's a good effort there. But now it's 3rd down.
The game often comes down to a play or two, and the offense just missed a huge opportunity for a big play. They're going to have to make some adjustments there and maybe go back to that play and see if they can come up with a big opportunity.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on 3rd down. Over the middle, it's Sanders. And dragging down after a big gain. Ball moved all the way to the 38. Completion good for first down yardage for this offense.
What a clutch play here by this offense to convert on 3rd down. I know it's still early in this game, but the fact that they've dug themselves a hole to convert there and keep this drive alive, they got a new set of downs and a chance to dig into this lead.
No gain there. This defense has been getting sliced up on the drive, but they push back that time.
Yeah, kind of a bend but don't break mentality by this defense. They have been giving up some big chunks here on this drive, but let's see if a stop like this can give them a little bit of confidence here. Now try to pressure the quarterback on these upcoming plays.
So now from the 29, it's 3rd down and short. Let's see what the play call is going to be here. Already in field goal range, but of course thinking touchdown. Can't hold on. Good defensive play brings up a 4th down.
Hey, the good news is here, Chris, they're still in field goal range, and they didn't cost themselves any points. But they could have more. Got to be thinking about going for this on 4th and short.
They went for it and failed on 4th down earlier. Let's see if they fare better here. And the quarterback drops back, looking for an open man. Catch made across the middle by the running back. And they pick up the first out of the 23, getting closer to the red zone. Here's the snap, looking to throw here. And it's caught. Touchdown, Tigers.
Now that's what I'm talking about. This hasn't been a great first half, but putting up that touchdown like this, now they're going to be feeling good.
It's blocked. Picked up by the offense. This is a live ball. So the offense getting some momentum before halftime of the touchdown. Now they kick off in hopes the defense can get a quick stop. And it comes out of the 25. No return attempted there. So they start the drive looking for some late fireworks here. Less than 30 seconds before halftime. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Fires it to the wide out. Open downfield. They get him down, but a big play moves it to the 45. And a quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
That is great arm strength and accuracy by this quarterback. And let's not forget the wide receiver's job of bringing it in for that big game.
So the offense looking to be efficient here. Not much time remaining before the end of the half. First down. Looking to throw the football. Defense is coming after him. He's taken down, but that's a nice gain to spot the ball now at the 35. So a timeout is called. Just a few seconds left here in the first half. How aggressive do you get on 1st and 10? The back's got it. They get him down, but that's a solid gain. The offense calls a timeout here. That's their 3rd and final of the half. So with only a few few seconds left in the half. Out comes the field goal unit. After making his first attempt, this one is from 43 yards out. And that one's straight down the middle. And they add to their lead. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. And they'll kick it away now to get this third quarter underway. Here comes the return from deep in the end zone. Solid job by the coverage team. They bring him down at the 16. The Longhorns offense takes the field. Passing game's been on fire. Let's see if the defense has made some changes to begin to slow it down. First play of the drive, going to the right. The player is down injured after that last play. They'll take a timeout or they check him out. Here's the second down play. Here comes a handoff. The sophomore able to bring him down quickly.
Christina, the spread error over the years has always grown offensively, but I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right here.
He's tackled short of the 30, but that's good enough for a first down.
How impressive these guys have been up front today. Big third down, know what you need to do, get the first down, continue to hold on to that lead, continue to work clock, and get that much closer to securing a victory.
It's a deep shot to the right. And he steps out of bounds, but a crucial takeaway. Great play by this defense.
What a play by the defense. Really, the only way they can get back into this game is to create a turnover. They get an interception, and they're in business.
Quarterback will throw it off the one pass option. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play.
Well, Chris, with this style of RPO, the quarterback has to do a really good job of staying on that ride with the running back to make sure that the defense is really up against the run before he can pull it out and throw the football. Here, it's a little further downfield, but the same result as far as the potential.
Breaks into the clear. That's the 20. That's the 10. What a play. Touchdown, LSU. Simple throw, all the yards after the catch. Explosive play by the receiver to score.
Just a dynamic, athletic playmaker. As simple as you said, Chris, just throw him the football, he makes a catch, and then all the fireworks are after the catch, and this defense just unable to corral him.
And they tack on the extra point. Trying to make a play from deep in his end zone. Tackled at the 13. Not great field position to start the drive. Okay, the Texas offense comes back out on the field. This drive is important. Last one and an interception. Let's see if they can get it going here. Opening play of the drive, quick throw to the left. And they'll be smothered right at the line for no gain. The Longhorns will come to the line to run the hurry up. Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. Running out of time in the pocket. Gets the ball on as he's set, but it's incomplete.
Boy, this one's on the offensive line, Chris. They've got to do a better job of protecting the franchise quarterback. This guy's as good as there is in the country, and they're letting this pressure get to their quarterback. You either get the ball out faster, or the offensive line's got to do a better job of taking care of it.
Oh, and another incompletion.
Well, Chris, obviously they had to go through the air there to try to pick up this third down and long, but when you're so far behind the chains, boy, you really allow this defense to dictate things, and it allows them to put pressure on your quarterback and can affect the timing, as we saw on this play.
And here's the return. He's got an opening. Watch out. He's got great speed. And the returner is brought down. And here comes that LSU offense back on the field. They scored a touchdown in their last possession. Let's see if this defense can make adjustments and prevent that this time. First down, we're going to throw the ball. to his right side there for the completion. They bring him down quickly, a short pitch and catch to get a little bit closer to the mark. Second down play coming up for this offense. Ball handed to the running back. He'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Just what a
Weird
great
shit
battle here at
starts
the line
to
of
fucking
scrimmage.
happen.
Good push
Every
by the
goddamn
offensive
time
line,
I
and
play.
the back does enough
It's
to be able to pick up the first down.
like this dude is not even that good.
How aggressive will they be on this first down play?
This dude is weird shit.
From the shotgun, drops back. Looks to the left, pass caught. Tackle is made, just a short gain after the completion.
But they love going to this guy in the slot, don't they? What a mismatch inside. He reels in another one. This guy's automatic.
Yeah, okay. It's not for a while. I'm pressing a button.
This is what makes the RPO so difficult to defend if you have a quarterback who can read it. It's that old argument, which guy has the chalk last? Or the quarterback that can read it like that, the quarterback has the chalk last. He reads that they're up, makes the throw in a quick slant, gets some really big yards.
It's a quarterback keeper. It's good for a 3-yard gain, so 2nd and 7.
Not exactly the outcome this offense was hoping for here on the option. I'll give them credit, they didn't lose anything, so it wasn't a negative play. But this kind of play's got to be able to hit big and get down the sidelines for big yards.
The offense then operating in empty. Goes to throw it here on 2nd down. Quarterback delivers quickly, a receiver on the screen. He's tackled, but down at the 9-yard line. He's getting pushed around.
This receiver in the slot is giving this defense all kinds of problems. He has another catch on the day. You may want to adjust that, get out of your base, maybe try and 5 or 6 defensive backs on the field. Somebody that can match up more athletically against this slot receiver.
That one is incomplete. The defender was right there, and it brings up 4th down now.
Well, it's decision time now, Chris. 4th and short coming up, and you know they're thinking about going for this one. Likely looking at that play sheet and finding the go-to play that'll help them pick up this first down and keep this drive alive. They're thinking 6 points.
Needs a completion here on 4th down. This will go incomplete and a turnover on downs.
Really thought that this was going to work out, showing an aggressive approach here, going for it on 4th down. Looked to be there. They just weren't able to complete it.
The Longhorns offense takes the field. Trying to build on their lead that were forced to punt on the last possession. First down, looking for more now. He's stopping at the 22. He does some important breathing on this drive.
An offensive lineman, with a certain breed, they're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. It makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
Longhorns hustle to the line to run the area.
Look at this, Chris. After that big gain and a first down, they're already at the line of scrimmage, ready to get this up-tempo offense cranking.
Defense reacts quickly, a very short gain on the play. That completion makes it 2nd and medium. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. Looking to scramble. Going to try to use his legs here. And he'll step out of bounds after a solid gain on that run.
This is a great job here. Looks downfield, nobody open, takes off and tries to use his legs to go for it, and gets to the sidelines, gets out of bounds, avoids the hit, and most importantly, he got that first down.
Longhorn starting a new series here on 1st and 10. Looking for a receiver. Throw to the running back in front. That play moves the ball across midfield, and he set it for the first down at the 41.
guys get lost, well, forget about the running back. Nice catch and a first down for this offense.
It is complete to the right side. Oh, he heads out of bounds after a really nice game there.
We talked this week with the offensive coordinator about what makes this receiver so special. He kept referring to his route running. Here's an example of that. Great route, enough separation to give the quarterback a nice lane to throw the football.
Into the end zone, has a lead. Refusing to be brought down. Touchdown. They're backed up to start the drive. It's some bold play calling, great execution, and reach the end zone.
Well, it's easy to just kind of pull your horns in and get conservative when you're pushed way back close to your own goal line, but not this offense. They came out, showed the confidence that they have in their quarterback, and it paid off. Nice touchdown.
And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. And he stopped at the 18, returning, trying to make a play, but a touchback would have been a better idea. Offense out there for the first play of this drive from the 18. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Tackle made on the play at the 29-yard line. And as we take a break, take a quick look at how the national rankings stack up. Chase for those playoff positions. So one final quarter to play. It's going to take a lot to turn this game around, but strange things do happen in college football. Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a first down play. From the shotgun, here's an inside give. As the first down is still going. They bring him down, but he makes the 40-yard line. That's a solid gain.
Boy, just a great play by the running back here. Just finding his lanes and exploding through the gap when it opened up.
Back-to-back chunk plays to begin the drive. The defense on their heels. Good throw, and catch is made. After second effort, he's brought down, but is past the marker.
Chris, here we are in the fourth quarter. These guys are trailing. Hadn't been a great day, but with this quarterback, he's as gifted as anybody in the country. You never count these guys out.
So the offense with a 1st and 10 now. The football placed exactly at midfield. Off the defender.
Nice job here of controlling the line of scrimmage by this offensive line. The back does what he needs to do to get positive yards on first down.
Second down after that previous play. And the quarterback is going to make a play through the air. Catch made in space. Look out. He runs out of bounds. That's a big gainer there. Pass complete for a first down. The offense gets a first set of downs.
This guy's been such a big factor in this game. Already a couple touchdowns. Now they need the first down.
It's intercepted. Tried to fire it into a tight window. That's a solid return after the interception.
I just don't think there's anything else you can do as a play caller. You've got to be able to throw the ball downfield. You just got to hope that your quarterback and receivers can execute when the defense knows it's coming. Here the interception cost them.
Okay, the Texas offense comes back out on the field. The last possession was a beautiful, balanced touchdown drive. And the defense come up with answers this time. Try to run it up the middle, but get nothing. The Longhorns hustle to the line to crank up the tempo. Moves out of the pocket. Runs out of room and runs out of time. They trap him for a sack.
A lot of times we get caught up, Chris, in the one-on-one battles with the receivers and the DBs. Here's a great example of up front, the offensive line and the defensive line. Who wins that battle? This time the defense wins it, and they get the sack.
So here comes 3rd and long. Giving up that sack has made this a real challenge for the offense. Now in 3rd and very long, looking to throw. Gets made on the outlet. Look at it. It's another big game. This air attack, no problem moving the ball up and down the field today.
I mean, Chris, look at this guy. Now, you talk about having a great day throwing the football and leading his team to a nice, comfortable lead late in the game, and it continues. The coach is showing confidence of what he can do.
Comes up with the catch. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion. Second down play coming up. From the gun, he looks for an open slight gain on that completion. Offense right to the line, cranking up the tempo. They make the tackle, but that's a solid gain. Moves the ball to the 34. Let's keep the football on the move. On 1st and 10 here, we're going to throw the ball. The pass is complete to the tight end. And they tackle him, but not before he picks up the first.
Well, a big part of the reason, Chris, we've seen this offense be able to build a lead is because of the way they've mixed up the run with the pass. Back-to-back plays, positive yards. I love that they're keeping an aggressive mindset, even working with the lead.
They bring him down, but the game sets up the offense 1st and goal from the 10. Here comes a 1st down pass attempt. It's toward the sideline, right to the running back. Nowhere to run. No corralling for no gain. Looks like a player is down injured at that last play. They'll take a timeout while they check it out. So off the loss, it's 2nd and goal from the 11. Receivers now getting some new assignments before the snap. 2nd down, they're going to throw it. Caught by the receiver. Tackled at the 8 after the completion. The offense facing a 3rd and goal from a long way away. Looking to chuck it again. The pocket breaking down. Touchdown, Texas. This offense really clicking.
Boy, this guy is so much fun to watch. Here, not only on a design QB run, able to create, use his legs, threaten the defense with his arm, and eventually off the scramble gets into the end zone. Great play.
He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. And they stop it at the 11. Not good field position to start the drive. Okay, so here comes the LSU offense back on the field. Time running out. Serious urgency here. Can they score and score quickly? And this winds up a safety.
Man, that is a big-time play for this defense. Not only do they get a couple points, they get the football back as well. It should give these guys a spark and some momentum.
Offense ready to start this drive. Leaning on the run game here late. Run it up the middle, but stuffed for no gain.
Well, that's an excellent effort here by this defense, staying in their run phase, holding their own at the line and making the tackle. The offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get anything going there.
A short completion to the tight end. They finally make the stop right near midfield. 1st down. It's the 2-minute timeout as the offense tries to put the finishing touches here on a lopsided victory. 1st and 10 now for the offense. Pre-snap motion from the receiver. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside handoff.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
Throwing up play action. Let's it fly out of the wideout. Tried to press the ball deep, but it's incomplete.
I'm not really sure why you're stopping the clock here, leading by so much in the 4th quarter. Run the ball, run the clock, and you can walk out of here with a win.
After the incompletion, the lineup here for a 3rd and 7. Finds his target, and it's complete. Gain enough to set up 1st down now at the 39.
Well, he's been their go-to guy all game long. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. They go his way again, and it works out.
Longhorns come to the line to start a fresh set of downs. And there's the handoff. They get him to the ground, and it's 1st down now at the 28.
Well, this offense just seems to get more confident as this football game is played out. They've got a nice lead, Here they are in the fourth quarter, just working that clock, possessing the football, and trying to get out of here with a nice, solid victory.
Brought down after picking up 5 yards, so 2nd and 5.
Yeah, I like this call here late in the game like this with the lead. Nothing too fancy, just right up the middle. Trust that offensive line and this running back and just keep working that clock.
Trying to find some room. Here's Garcia. Stopped right there at the line. No gain.
Chris, textbook job by the defense surrounding the runner and preventing that play from being bounced to the outside.
Come up 3rd and short. This is the 8th play of the drive. A pop pass on the jet sweep. Oh, and he did not get there. The defense rising up against this elite 3rd down offense. And the defense will spend a timeout here and stop on the clock with 21 seconds remaining. The kick is good. He knocked it right down the middle. And that will extend their lead a little further. After adding 3 more points to the lead, they're set to kick it off.
Snap, the hold, the kick, everything there perfect to put 3 points up here for the offense.
And he fields it inside the 15. Makes it to the 16. That's good coverage there. For the first play of the drive, they'll set up at the 16. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Bringing pressure. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw. Good pass rush there on 1st down.
Boy, this offense has really struggled today, Chris, when it comes to throwing the football. They have dug themselves a huge hole. They're not going to have any chance of coming back. And I think one thing about this is you wonder where you go from here. You're hoping to make a play or two to give yourself a belief that things can get better, but it's just been a disastrous day for the offense.
And a timeout stops the clock with just 7 seconds remaining in the game. It's a 1st and 10 play coming up for the offense. Taking a deep shot here late in the game. And it's incomplete with just 2 seconds remaining.
They're trailing by this much in the fourth quarter. The defense playing smart. They know you've got to take some deeper shots to try to get back into this game with a big play. And the margin of error for this quarterback shrinks with every pass attempt.
Quarterback wants to throw it on 2nd down. Looking for a late deep throw. Catch made for a big game, but the fans are wondering where was that earlier in this football game. This is an impressive performance. They played a good football team here today, Kirk, but they just dragged them behind the woodshed and dominated from the start. This is going to catch people's attention.
Yeah, I think most people are going to be in awe when they look at the results of this game. Unbelievable job by this team dealing with the expectations, the pressure, and as you said, playing a good team. This was a big-time win and an opportunity to really continue to move up.
That's going to wrap it up. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
Kingdom GMG, coming off a big win against LSU. We did exactly what we thought we were going to do. We dominated the game from the beginning. He ran really good reads on a couple RPOs, but other than that, I think he scored when we turned it over one possession on a dumb play. I shouldn't have threw it. My corner route was a little too deep, and his guy was able to come off the vert and get the pick. Shouldn't have done it, man, but we learn for next time. But I mean, really, man, just dominated the game. I had 27 first downs, he had 17, 421 total offense. He had 344. He had 12 rushes for 24 yards. We had 23 rushes for 130. We were 32 for 37. I did throw that one pig, which, looking back, I wish I could have back. We were 8 for 11 on third down. It was 3 for 8. We didn't have any fourth down conversions. We turned them over twice. So, overall, man, hey, it was a clean game for the most part besides the turnovers. Like I said, man, it's a game we expect to win, so it's just handling business. Play, pretty decent for the whole game. So, all in all, man, I don't know how, and this is no disrespect to him, I don't know how he's 3-3 and ranked number 14 coming in. So hopefully, that's confusing, man. So we'll see. Hey, continue, going up in the season. Try to stay healthy. Got Ole Miss next, so should be fun, man. Go on.
Just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Michigan State's offense is on the field for the first time today. What a great group of receivers they run out there, and a staunch, stout defense they'll be running into. Jesse, how are they going to get open? How does this defense keep them in check?
Well, I think this defense is it's going to take all of them. It's not just going to be one guy making all of the plays. They're all going to have to be able to step up and, David, take advantage of their own individual one-on-one opportunities when those chances come their way.
Well, and I think that's what's good about this offense. Their strength in numbers. It's not just one guy that you can take away. There's several receivers that can make plays. That stresses a defense. Like, find the weakness, go after him. That guy can win. So it'll be a fun individual matchup.
That's a backbreaker if you're the offensive coordinator, because on the first down, you ran the ball, had a really nice gain. Short yardage situation, you just get completely blown up, and now you're having to probably dial up a throw on third down. You need more consistency from the guys up front.
They got zero push up front, and they stopped him in the backfield. The Spartans will call on their punt team. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. So Ohio State's offense has its first opportunity of the day. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone, and you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to defensive coordinators coming in this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. They'll pick you apart like you did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
Inside the 15, out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The offense looking for a score. On the red zone, looking for a man. Makes the grab. Takes it all the way down to the 4 after making the grab, and they're set up. The Buckeyes want to pick up the tempo. A first down run on the doorstep. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Now second and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. Fires in the end zone. Touchdown Buckeyes. Fired in from the red zone for the score.
Well, one of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was, we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. We're taking shots. We need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They went 3 and out on their first possession. Now to see if they can be more productive this time. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And that's the challenge today. A week ago, they failed the challenge. Last week, they gave up 5 sacks. They can't do that again today. This defense saw it. They watched it on tape. They know they're not doing a good job of protecting their quarterback, and already 1 sack on the day.
Quick completion to the right. Makes a guy miss, and finally brought down at about the 25. This offense really needs to get something going. Punt on the opening drive, and now a 3rd and 10. And the pressure gets there, and down he goes at the 18. And the Spartans send out the punt unit. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Touchdown, Ohio State. The heavy yardage, the big plays, special teams coming through. They've extended the lead and taken control here in week 9. He did that one all by himself. Make a few guys miss, turn on the afterburners, and boom, everybody's toast.
And that's why you got him back deep, because that guy can do that. You got to be explosive and quick and have good vision, and you see all those things on one punt return. Takes it back to the house, makes people miss, turn it on the gas. Great job, great return.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting
anytime you hit the quarterback, man, you make him think, you speed up the processor a little bit, and that's the third on the day. This is a unit, actually, that does a good job of that. They're the top 25 in the country at getting the quarterback on the ground.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. After those last two plays, let's see if they can get it out of reverse on 3rd and 18. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield. The Spartans will send out the punt unit. He'll try to really get into this one. Here's the punt, and that is a major league pop-up. That thing's going to bring rain. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. He put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. He's going to take off. Oh, he's got some speed. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground.
He does a really good job with that mesh point. The mesh point is when he sticks it in the running back's belly. When he pulls it, he gets downhill quick to chew up some quick yards. Nice play early in this football game.
And the Buckeyes racing to the line in a hurry-up.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible.
Gonna let it fly. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Got room on the return. Knocked down at the 43-yard line, and the interception has him set up in plus territory. So the first play of the drive will come from the 43. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing.
He holds one deep down the left side. And they wanted it all in that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
Looks to me on that default like he was forcing it a little bit. You got to be careful as a quarterback. You're not trying to outduel the other guy who just threw a touchdown pass. You're just trying to win the game. So just execute the plays. The ball goes to who it's designed to go to. If that means you got to turn around and hand it off.
Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
Bottled him up. Not a whole lot of room to run on that return, and that's how this period will come to an end. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. They go to the ground. Got the first down and still on his feet. Knocked down at the 26 after ripping off 10 there.
Yeah, and there you go again. Ohio State bringing the ground game. They typically do that, Reese. That's pretty normal.
They've built their entire program around it. Archie Griffin, 2-time Heisman Trophy winner. Go back to Hopalong Cassidy. I mean, the Buckeyes love to run the ball no matter how many times they spin the magic beat. Motion from the wideout. Little touch pass to the receiver. Inside the 45. There he goes to the right. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
I've been really impressed with this offense this first half. Coming in a hostile environment, hostile crowd, man, they haven't given them anything to cheer. Offense, defense, now up 20-0, and these people are eerily quiet in here.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. themselves in a 3-possession hold, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering, what didn't I say? What didn't I do to get my team ready to go? Because we look like we're sleepwalking at this point.
Nothing went well in the first quarter. You just say refresh. Like, let's try to find a way now. Chip into this lead. Try to make it somewhat manageable when you get to the half.
It's complete. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Red pass, it's complete. Spins away from one. Here he goes. Out of bounds at the 24-yard line after the huge pickup. This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. Give to the running back. It's a run after the goal line. And you race it to the house. Touchdown, Smarty. How about that running back lumbering his way and getting into the end zone?
What a find the end zone. You might not necessarily be known for long runs and for fast speed, but all you got to do is get it done. Have the agility, have the awareness, score the touchdown.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They took advantage of outstanding field. There he goes. He's at the 30. Inside the touchdown, Ohio State. He got loose and it was lights out after that.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And the offense out on the field to go back to work. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. Coaches talk about running with violence, running with bad intentions. That's what that looks like as he gets it up to the 32. Second down, they'll go to the air. It's complete to the left. He works his way across the 40-yard line. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 41. Sometimes it's not about a fancy play design. It's about just getting him the ball and letting him play.
Especially nowadays with running backs being so good out of the backfield. You know they're going to catch it, and there's so many ways to use them, but exactly. Get it to him, let him break tackles, let him make plays. Easy decision.
I think that's a play the quarterback would like to have back. On these option plays, you just have to take what the defense gives you. And if that means handing off the dive, or if that means pitching it, you got to do that. It can't always be about you. And I think the quarterback got to it.
Just making a huge play. He sets him up all the way down to the 14. They say it's still a game of field possession, and that last one just flipped this baby. They've got it 1st and 10 in the red zone. They're threatening to score in that play. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. On the move. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. So they'll send out the field goal unit. Smashes it between the uprights.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They they've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the grab. It's home. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come over, getting him the football, making the front.
Trying to beat the DT. Picked off and then ruined an early drive with the turnover. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Looking downfield for first down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Looking to fire. Right down the middle. Got his man downfield. He was on his way. Ripping through the defense. And he slipped through the crowd and he'll pass it. Touchdown, Spartans.
You got to wonder if that's going to be the play that changes the momentum in this game for the offense. It had been tough. They were up against it here early in the game, but the quarterback now starting to find a little bit of a rhythm. Really nice touch and throw on that touchdown. And here we go. This might be the play that gives them their confidence.
He'll bring it out. It's Sanders. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Plenty of time to work. Not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Gets it out fast.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver run the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Rushes on him. He's got it on the outside. Nothing but green grass down the middle. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, and now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it.
And he will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
They got more sacks than a grocery store. Goodness gracious, time and time again, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground. This defense having their way.
He lost it high and deep down the left side. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down. And the Spartans decide to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He was working his way on the return toward midfield. They'll stop him at the 46. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. To the air on first down. Under fire. And it slips through his fingers. Incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Behind the chains now on second and long. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Takes it the other way. And it's going to be a pick six. Touchdown, Michigan State.
And this is exactly what you dream about for a defense. Forcing the big turnover, making the pick, and then putting points on the board yourself. Great play by the defense.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. On the move from inside his 5. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some first down. Here's a hit. And the defense got him at the 27. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Back to pass on second down. Takes the grab. It's Poe. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Gentlemen, what else is new? A spirited environment there in East Lansing. And this has just been a passing clinic, really, by both offenses. They've effectively stretched these defenses, forcing the secondaries to cover every blade of grass, and they've still racked up big plays. Man or zone, pick your poison, or lay some blame at the feet of those pass rushers who can't do anything against the maulers on that offensive line.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. If it's working, why change it? That running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back.
Breaks into the open. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
And how about the running back, man? Rips off a big play. This offense creates some momentum, and what do? They keep their foot on the gas, right back on the football to try to keep this offense rolling.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. The Buckeyes have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's second and a mile. Wants to go up top. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. Hits him inside the 20. Still going. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Ohio State. A lot of glorious days in the history of the Buckeyes, and this might put this guy right at the top of the list for a single game.
And that list of names is incredible. Like, we could go down the list of so many guys that have been such great playmakers, so dynamic. So to think about putting yourself in that category, we're going to be talking about winning trophies and this guy being an All-American by season's end.
Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. From the gun, they'll try the middle. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. Be interested to see what they do to try to stop.
He's doing the left one fly down the middle. He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. And what a time that would have been for their first pick of the game. And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. That's the grab. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. The Spartans come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Working out left side now. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. And the Spartans can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Leaves it with the running back. What a nice job by the defense to string it out, not give him any kind of alley, and knock him down for a loss. Here they come, facing third and long from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming. The Spartans will line up to punt it away. They're up to a half dozen kicks today. He'll field the punt and see what he can get. He's got great speed. Man, oh man, did that coverage team have its hands full. Well, not full because they didn't get a hand on him for quite a while. Great return there. Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. Wants to throw on first down. Looking for a deep end. And is knocked away and incomplete. The defensive back staying in phase and batting it away. Oh, they dial up on second and a long close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Got the back over the middle. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. They're throwing for it on fourth down. Quickly out to the tight end. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. Steps away. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a loss.
Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it first and goal.
To be honest, I think the quarterback was a little bit surprised himself at the play call that came in that time. You've got a 3-possession lead here in the third quarter of this game. You're probably expecting some short throws, some runs. This play caller's still asking for shot plays. And listen, you're the quarterback, you're happy to oblige. When you've got the playmakers you have offensively, just keep chucking it.
Going to take a shot on second and short. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And the stomping has commenced.
The great thing about spreading a defense out, I can see where the blitz is coming from. I can see where they're weak. I can see my matchups. Nice job by the offense. Spread them out, taking advantage of their matchup, and getting into the scope.
Into the end zone for the two-point conversion as they extend the lead. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks. And
the pressure gets there, and down he goes at the 18. And the Spartans now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. To give on the outside. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
The Spartans line up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on it. They'll open this drive and snap it from the 44. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. He's got the tight end. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
Well, there are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the third quarter. But when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out. And that's exactly what they're doing now.
He's got it. Here's to the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
When these offenses get in a rhythm, they're hard to stop. Already up early, got a short field, take advantage of it too, get another touchdown. This offense is doing whatever they want to do and having a lot of success.
It's complete on the right side. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Snatching quickly on the left.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes, he's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
And the Spartans with a second and short to keep this drive. From the gun, wants to pass. just needs a crack to get a return. Makes a move. What a return there. Found a little running room and put his team in great position. Bunch formation for these receivers. Looking to throw on first down. Looking downfield on first down. Gets it out quickly. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the fourth quarter. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down. The Buckeyes headed quickly to the line. They just keep firing. Into the end zone. Falls in, completed. He did everything perfectly except catch the football. Second down coming. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Lost the fire on the line. They forced. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Buckeyes. They add on another score, and now that record so close to going to 8-1 on the season.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called, guys, offensively all game long when he's been on the field. What personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the fourth quarter.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. He's got his man across the middle. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down. After the big play to start, now they are on the move at their own 45. Dropping back, it's Kane. Zings it complete to the right.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downfield anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
Takes the easy completion. There to make the stop, but they use the back in the passing game and pick up the first down. To the air on first down. Trying to set up the screen. No, sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one.
And you're trying to get the ball to the running back quick and let him get some space, but there was absolutely no space. They penetrated quickly, and they got him before he could even get going.
They're setting up the screen. And this fumble will squirt out of bounds.
You start to get that offense going and start having success, you've got to make sure when you get closer to the scoring range, take care of that football.
And they take it in for 6 more points.
Hey, good for them. They put together a drive. They got a touchdown. It's been a bad day. I mean, this is a day they're going to want to forget. They're getting destroyed, but at least you get some positive vibes. Maybe finish this game on a little bit of a high note, a little bit.
They're set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? The returner will field it and bring it back. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. There have been few obstacles for this offense. He's looking deep. Snags it down the right side. And what a huge chunk play for this offense. Just exactly what you need to move the ball down the field. And the Buckeyes come to the line in the hurry-up. He might want another play. Wants to go up top on first down. He's not afraid to go deep. And how about that DB getting a hand in there and forcing the incomplete pass?
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day. Like, great day. They built a huge lead. Now, incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw that thing to the other team.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Boy, guys, they got off to a great start with that big first play on this. Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them. That one pushes this lead out a little bit more here in the fourth, and now they can smell 8 straight wins.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get conserved, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
Back to throw, it's Kane. Fires it incomplete. They're dealing with a second and long. He'll keep it himself. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Now facing a third and long. Here we go. He's looking downfield to throw. Out of the backfield, he's open. That one can really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Sometimes a play like that, incorporating the back in the passing game, almost seems like cheating. It's so easy.
Yep, because you can run it against man or you can run it against zone. If you're patient, obviously, with zone coverage, he can get open. But man-to-man, I like my chances of a running back versus a linebacker. So nice job by the quarterback. Nice job by the running back.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Back to pass. And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
Really good coverage by this defense. They were aware of everyone on the field, and including the running back. A lot of times those guys get lost in the shuffle, but they saw him. They knew the ball was going to him. They braked on it, did a good job, and got in his face just enough to cause him to lose some focus and drop that football.
That's caught. It's Daniels. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. And the Spartans will bring the punt team onto the field. The punt is headed out of bounds, and they couldn't be happier about that, given the danger of that return guy. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they... Oh, he's got somebody! And he was off to the races, finally tripped up at the 36.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. Makes the catch. It's Daniels. The Buckeyes want to crank the tempo.
Well, they're throwing this one to the running back out on the perimeter of the field. They didn't get it to him quick enough, though, so he literally had to tap dance there on the sidelines, make sure he was in bounds when he caught it, and just pick up a few yards.
And he'll be run out of bounds, and these guys are piling up some serious yardage totals. The Buckeyes trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. They'll go to the air. He's going for the goal line. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. back to throw. It's Kane. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Got his man. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. Let's see what they do on third down. Here's a snap, ready to cut one loose. A little screen to the running back. They drag him down, but not before he's moved the chains, and the screen pass is effective. The Spartans come to the line with a new set of downs. On the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And the Spartans with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Wide receiver going in motion. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, he'll lose a yard. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. It'll be third and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And the defense got him at the 27.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man. Doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on. And now just throw another sack in the equation, hitting the quarterback, being disruptive. They've been all over the field.
And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total. That return man saw daylight the instant the ball touched his hands, and he darted to it and took it to the house.
And Reese, I think it's one of the hardest things to do in football, to catch the ball as all these guys are flying around you, and you got to take it, make a miss, try to find spaces and creases that aren't there. Great job making a huge play. Special teams and punt returns coming up big.
Now they'll try to get another possession with an onside kick. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
They'll try to run. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
That's such a great physical play by the defense, because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them, an absolutely dominating performance.
Got to give the coaching staff a ton of credit. They obviously had their guys ready to play and motivated right from the opening kick. All three phases we saw, just spectacular football. No mental mistakes, David. You really can't play better than that.
Nah, it's really fun to do this. Come out and just dominate opponents. Start from finish. Nothing to worry about. You just know you're better. You're going to do you. Put up a bunch of points and win by a lot of points.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us.
BYU. The debut here being Michigan State 85-31. Dominated 158 on the ground, 553 in the air. Only saw 3 third downs in the first two. His 1, 4, after 9 on down conversion. With a 3 pick. It's like I throw the ball, throw, quarterback in rhythm, everything like that, and throws it short. I'm pretty sure it was like 99 throw power. I remember that. But he did throw 8 touchdowns. He was 27 for 38. I think those 3 interceptions away. Really looking. Running ball. I did what we wanted. Alba had a 1-yard run. It was all wrong. Dude, I don't want to talk about the Reggie Bull. That motherfucker had one of the greatest games that I've ever had with someone. He had 11 catches for 298. And then he had 8 punt returns for 232 and 2 touchdowns. So he just dominated the game. I mean, he won it by himself. Defensively, we let too many points. But I was being super aggressive and we had like 8 or 9 sacks. So I was just super aggressive. Sometimes you give it a big play. So an all-man, good win. Ready to get on to the next one, man. Good luck, guys.
searching for a hole. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets them out to the 25-yard line.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, go get positive yardage.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. And the Blue Hens come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Good completion on the outlet. He'll be forced out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 44-yard line, and this offense has it going.
That play was designed to go to the running back. They were hoping they were going to get man coverage, and one-on-one, that back is going to win that matchup every single time.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. The Blue Hens trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Here comes the heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Firing to the right, complete. Nice pickup there. Gets him the 1st down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. And the Blue Hens are flying down the field. Hands it off. A most efficient pickup of 6 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 4. They're about to snap it for the 7th time on this drive. To the air on 2nd down. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete. This is a hard game and a hard position to play. But if you're the starter at this level, you cannot miss that.
And they don't miss that very often. I mean, those are the throws that usually see big plays on. Receiver gets a step, gets open. It's not one that they usually miss.
They've got enough for the 1st down, and they're in the red zone at the 20. The Blue Hens come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback moving. He just threw it away. The last thing you want to do is try to force something on 1st down in the red zone. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. He wants it all. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Delaware.
How about the start from this offense? What a drive. Just when they needed a 3rd down conversion, they got it. They put a bunch of plays together, kind of wore the defense out, and in the end, punched it in for 6.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So North Carolina's offense will try to get something going with their 1st possession. We have got a tremendous matchup between these two running backs, both stars in their own right, and David both ready to make a huge impact.
I mean, how fun is it to have 2 guys, one on each side, when they have the football, like they can go the distance. Just dynamic speed, great vision. These defenses are in trouble because these guys can touch it a bunch of different ways, and Palmer, they can hit home runs from anywhere on the field.
And I think what makes them really unique too, David, is that they're very versatile guys. Both guys can run between the tackle box, they can take it outside, they can go catch the football as well. So, no doubt, the game plan for both offenses, feed the running back as many different ways as possible and just let him go to work.
From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on 3rd down. Makes the catch along the sidelines and steps out of bounds.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on 3rd down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the 1st. Well done.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating.
There he goes. He'll work his way down to the 28. They built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball to the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy, when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the QB.
They had hoped to come up with explosive plays, and they used one there to set them up inside the 30, 1st and 10. They'll give it to the back. Knocked down after a 3-yard gain to the 25.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Use the play fake, now to throw. We've come to the end of the period. It's Delaware holding the lead. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Well, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And this is what the offense knows they cannot do. They can't allow sacks. In their last game, they were sacked 5 times. Obviously lost that football game. And early in this one, they're having issues again, keeping their quarterback standing up straight.
Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. It's good. Easy call for the refs. That'll bring him to within 4. So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Not nearly as much as he had hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Okay, guys, here comes the Delaware offense onto the field. Both teams scored on their first possession, but now a chance to send a message that field goals aren't going to win this game. Touchdowns will. Out to the 32-yard line before he goes out of bounds, and that's the way to give a little start to the drive. They'll go to the ground. Got a little space. Finds his way up just short of the 40 to the 39-yard line before he goes out of bounds. And the Blue Hens can really attack on this 2nd and short. He wants to take the top off. Grabs it inside the 10. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Blue Hens.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Big 10 action today. A couple of teams who have had this game circled on the calendar for some time. Michigan left little doubt. You know, this version of the Maize and Blue can hang with any of the teams of the past. And remember, this is a program with multiple national titles. We'll see a lot of games this week, but few will have as much of an impact on the Big Ten standings as this one does, gentlemen.
Hey, Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. The sophomore making a big play and falling in that pass. Big play to start this drive, and they're already out at the 48. It's 1st down. Looking to throw on 1st down. Connection to the right. How about that elusiveness? He's got space. He was loose and setting sail, and they stop him at the 6-yard line.
Well, that's the 2nd catch on the drive, and that's obviously a massive play for this offense. And he's starting to prove to his quarterback here that he's winning his one-on-ones, and he deserves some more looks.
He's looking to throw. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
Well, the quarterback had the look he wanted. He had his big fella down here in the red zone. That's supposed to be an easy pitch and catch, but his
getting nothing. It's second and goal from the 6. He'll pull it on the read. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
And that's exactly what the defense wants you to do. Go east-west, and the quarterback gets strung out, doesn't pull the trigger and really make a decision. You'd like to see him stick his foot in the ground, get north-south, get more of a plus yardage on this play. Nice job by the defense.
That defensive front just flat whipped them as they knock him down for a big loss. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the second time tonight. He splits the uprights. That'll make it a one-possession game. The lead is 8.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really, really depend on.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Guys, the Delaware offense going back to work. They've been firing on all cylinders, touchdowns on each of the first 2 drives, and they'll try to make it 3 for 3. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Leaves it with the back.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. To the ground with the back. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's second and 6. Rides to the back. Gets it past the marker. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play. The Blue Hens have it with a first and 10. Just when they're looking run, now up top. Moving away from pressure. He's going to swing it into the heart of the field. And he'll make the catch at the 15. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. With that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving.
He's got him. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They've got it down to the 3. Now it's second and goal. Barrels ahead. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Third and goal for the offense. Using his feet. Touchdown, Delaware. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. No midseason concentration laps here in week 7 as they push out that lead.
It's just so nice to have a signal caller who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
And with the extra point, they move on top by 15. So it's a 77-yard touchdown drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Going right to work up top. Finds his tight end. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going. Looking for a productive play on first down. Lost the throw on first down. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Second down, he'll throw. Got a man. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. They'll hurry to the line mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
Looking to throw on first down. There's the pressure. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
Got to give the defense a lot of credit, man, because they've come into this hostile environment. They've quieted the crowd down with some of the plays they're making. They've got a nice lead right here, and they're making it hard for this quarterback to go to work.
Right on target this time. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down mark. And it's third down, but they're going to go ahead and try the field goal and try to get points before the break. And there is a degree of difficulty with this one, a 47-yarder from the right hash. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Thanks, guys. What a scene there in Chapel Hill. What a fine performance we've seen.
And the Blue Hens will line up to kick off and start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second.
They get it up, and it pays off the sack at the 20.
Yeah, and man, you talk about being down at the half. What's one thing I need to do? I got to protect my quarterback. In the first series here now, you're getting your quarterback hit and taken to the ground. This offense has to protect that dude at all costs.
Flips it out in the flat. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down.
Well, this passing attack was on fire last week. Quarterback threw multiple TDs, but they got brought back down to earth very quick in the first half of this game. So here they are now early in the third quarter. They're trying to get some of that mojo back, taking a shot. I like the aggressiveness.
First boot of the day is on its way. He was called on 3 times in that loss last week. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. And now the Blue Hen offense onto the field. Everything's been working so far. They've had it 3 times, reached the end zone on each occasion, and now they're back to work. Here's the handoff. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Just a short pass to the tight end. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead. They know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. The Blue Hens come to the ball trying to pick up this third and short. Looking to throw again. And he'll be marked down, but he's got enough to move the chains.
Yeah, this defense is going to have a plan for this tight end, especially when he lines up in the slot, because there's a lot of different routes he can run, and because of his size and his wingspan, he's very, very difficult to cover.
Fires to the big fella.
Coming into this one, I thought this guy was going to be a monster. He was going to put up huge numbers. We know this is a big part of the offense week in, week out. The defense has done a great job clamping down on him. That is only his second catch so far in this game.
Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
That ball hit him right in a bad spot, right in the hands. Really unfortunate he didn't come down now.
Ball's at the 27. It's third and short. Can they avoid making that fourth down decision? Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive. He goes down after the short return. But what a play to get the football back. Quarterback on the keeper. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down on this one. They're just playing with a ton of intensity.
Just a little off. Incomplete.
We're losing. We got to put a few drives together here, but most importantly, I got to stop getting my quarterback hit. I got to give him a little bit more protection, maybe that extra second so we can get that deep ball off and make some plays for this offense.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. Oh, and he just flat dropped it. You do not see this guy do that very often. It'll be fourth down.
And you thought maybe in the second half this offense could just find a rhythm, find something to take advantage of this defense, but the defense has really had their number, not putting up a lot of points, and again, an empty possession right there.
No chance for a return. He makes the fair catch at the 26, and that's where they'll go to work. Guys, the Blue Hen offense going to work. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions, but I think I stay aggressive in this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback. In this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
They'll ride the hot hand. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to believe the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when the guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through him. And guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle and feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
Fires to the big fella. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. Just not able to shake enough defenders and comes up a little bit short.
And I think a lot of times on third down, Reese, you bet on your guy. When you're an offensive guy, you say, okay, he's going to break a tackle, he's going to get north and south and somehow get the first down. Nice tackling by the defense, understanding where they had to get to and forcing the fourth down.
We've come to the end of the period. It's Delaware holding the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. Power football with the run. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Going to swing it on second down. Got his man on the right. And another big game for this explosive pass up in this one.
Well, I tell you, man, this guy's been putting on a show all game long. We've seen his decision-making. We've seen his athleticism. Because of him, they've got this huge lead in the fourth quarter. So why stop throwing it? Just keep it going when the going's good.
Finds his man. He was looking to get the ball farther downfield, but he just had to take what he could before he got drilled.
Sometimes you can look down the field, Reese, but you see that pressure, and it's getting to you. Get rid of the football. You don't want to take the sack. You don't want to lose the yardage and try to let your running back or somebody else make a play out of the backfield.
Leaves it with the back. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. And the Blue Hens will snap it on 1st and 10. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Immediately fires to middle. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. 1st and goal from the 7.
A little bit surprising, not going to lie. You got a big lead like this late in the game, and you're still throwing for it and being aggressive. But, hey, man, it's working. And if it's working, keep calling him, I guess.
The Blue Hens trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
And this is a perfect situation. This is a situation, if you asked me to be in before the game, the coaches would have been in heaven. I got the football. I got the lead.
Touchdown, Delaware! And the route is on. They extend this fourth quarter lead, and now they are staring at a 7-game winning streak. And with the extra point, the score is 28-6. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire. You might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. They went 3 and out the last time they had it, and trailing late, they've got to get to work here. Got it in the middle, it's Hicks. They stop him just short of the 1st down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
You know, at this point of the game, guys, trailing the way they are late in the game, check down throws are not going to get it done. You've got to be more aggressive in the passing game. You're going to have to just start taking shots.
And it's going to be hard for this offense, man. They've struggled to pass the football down the field, to make these explosive plays, and now, huge deficit. Got to make them. Got to find a way to push the ball down the field to create some explosive plays if you want a chance to get back in this football game.
Looking downfield on 1st down. How about that sweet footwork along the sideline? It is a catch.
This offense is going to have to get more aggressive. Like, they can't take many more shots short down the field and not getting gains. They've got to keep their foot on the gas. They've got to take some shots, work the middle of the field, but make some big plays down a couple possessions.
He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down. And the Tar Heels will hustle to the line. To the air on 1st down. He strikes downfield. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
And after that long completion for the 1st down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
Bringing the heat. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
It's pretty obvious. This defense came into this one knowing they were going to have to play a complete game until there were zeros on the clock, especially against this quarterback. You cannot take your foot off the gas. And that's exactly what they're doing here. Late in the 4th quarter, they're still bringing it, and they get another sack.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Back open in the middle. Brought down at the 37-yard line, and this defense denies them on 3rd down. On 4th down, going to the air. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Oh, what a play! It's intercepted. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
And that's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, Palmer, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense has been. They've always been a step ahead. They've been the more physical side, and they've been making plays on the back end. That interception should seal this thing.
They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And they got him down in a hurry. Nice job by the defense. Aggressive attack. Come downhill. Go get the running back. Get him on the ground.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Looking to fire. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down.
And this defense continuing to struggle with the passing game. Listen, these offenses are so sophisticated nowadays. They're hard to stop, man. And it's a new one every single week. And I say this game, this defense underperformed. They're better than what they've shown. They've gotten torched today. And this is a tape that they're going to want to burn and never watch again.
Sends his first one of the day on its way, and that matches the number of appearances he had in that win last week. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. They're going to throw it to start the drive. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. Into the end zone unimpeded, except for that piece of laundry on the field. This might be coming back. What a costly mistake and big call. They could have been right back in this thing, and now they'll have to try it again. From the gun, looking for a man. Under fire. And he'll be knocked down at the 2-yard line. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. From his end zone, trying to loosen up his knee. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits. Offense will use a timeout. 19 seconds left in the game. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Off the play fake. Here's a throw downfield late. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. They'll call timeout with 9 seconds left on the clock. So that's not exactly optimal as far as the defense starting a stand, giving up an 80 spot. Now dealing with a 1st and goal. Pressure coming. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go.